I don't know where you start, but start from when the rain started. Tell us what happened.
Well, start from when we were in the shed, really, I suppose. We were up in the rafters of the car shed and the water kept rising, and I made the decision to swim across to the neighbours across through the orchard. So, yeah.
And that was yourself and...
Just me. My husband was up in the rafters still, but the water was still rising. And when I came out of the car shed, there was only about 3 feet of the house roof left. So, yeah. So I just swum under the wires and went across through the orchard. And I can only dog paddle, I can't swim either.
So what was that like when you were confronted with this wall of water that was taller than we are standing now?
No, I didn't think about it. I just had to do it because if I was going to save Richard's life, I had to do it. And if I'd stayed any longer in the shed, we would have both drowned. Because when they picked him up, when they went to rescue him, the water was up under his nose and they had to cut the roof. They had to go away and get cutting gear, cut the roof and bring him out.
So you went and swam through underneath the wires?
Yeah, well, the top wire was flooded, so I had to dip my head right in the water, under the wire, and then swim across to the next row and keep doing it until I got to the end of the trees.
Can you remember how you were feeling, or was it just adrenaline?
No, by the time I got to the end of the trees, I was exhausted, but then, of course, there was a torrent of water running through from that gate right through, so, of course, then I had to go across that with one of the neighbours. He helped me across. And on a jet ski.
Yeah, so the guy on the jet ski saved you?
Yeah, and he just took me down the road a bit, and another guy, one of our neighbours, put me in a ute, and yeah.
And so then
and then I decided to go to my brother and sister-in-laws who lived just in Napier there, so.
And so you asked the guy on the jet ski to come back for Richard?
Well, yes, I was pleading with them. And they were worrying about me. They wanted to take me to the medical centre and everything because I was shaking like a leaf. And I said, no, just go back, please, because Richard's not going to live. And he wouldn't have lived. If they hadn't got to him, he wouldn't have lived. He'd already thought he was going to drown.
Water was up to his nose, you said?
No, it was up to the bottom of his nose, yeah.
In the car shed?
In the car shed.
Yeah, because had you moved from home to the shed when the water started coming in?
Yeah, well it started, I think it started about 7 o'clock and I had already rung 111 just before that and I got the fire, I asked for fire and a guy came on and I told him then that we had to be evacuated and he said this is not going to happen and I said you have to evacuate us, we're both in our 70s and he said just get on the roof of your house and that was it.
How old are you both if I can ask?
We're 76.
Can you get on the roof? Could you have gotten on the roof?
We could have if we really had to, but it was raining at the time, so we made the decision that we'd go. We never thought it was going to get as high as what it did. So we thought we'd go into the shed and get up into the raft, the thing there, but yeah.
What is it like coming back here now and how are you feeling?
Oh, just to see the whole of the Puketapu area, it's not just our place, it's everybody. It's devastating, it's heartbreaking, you know, and my garden. I'm a real garden lover. I love my garden. I'm always in my garden. Yes. Well, I mean, you can see it's had it.
So this area here was all garden?
This was a whole hedge of white hydrangeas. Well, you can see the result of them.
And just behind us here, that's where your driveway is up into your house, which you haven't gone back into yet.
Not yet. But I've prepared myself for what I'm going to find inside. I have prepared myself. I know it's going to be a mess. I've got no doubt.
It's a tough question, Margaret, but at any point did you think that you weren't going to live?
No, never. Because I was about second row in and I heard Richard yell out help or something and I yelled back to him, don't worry about me, I'm going to be all right. And he said he just wanted to hear my voice and then from then on I was in contact with Alan down at Farm Gear. So him and I were talking to each other and he wanted me to stop at a tree well before I did. I said, no, I'm going to keep swimming till I get to the end. Yeah.
So what was it, just your pure determination?
Oh, yeah. I had to for Richard. If I hadn't done it, Richard would have drowned, and I'm telling you without a word of a lie, he would have drowned if we hadn't got to him when we did.
Thanks for checking out our YouTube channel. To stay up to date with all the latest news from the New Zealand Herald, click the subscribe button below or check out one of the videos here, and head over to nzherald.co.nz for more details on these stories and more.